here at Rosedene Kader Academy. I'm meeting with Leanne Bowerbank, the nursery manager, to talk about the Send Champions project.
I'm the manager at Rosedene Kader. We are one nursery in a group of 10. We are in Middlesbrough. We currently have around 50 children on our register, with 20 of those starting next week for our new term. We will have approximately 28 children who will be receiving 15 hours funding. We have around 10 children with additional needs. These vary from physical, medical, sensory perception and speech and language. I was interested in joining the Send Champions project due to feeling this was an area that I could increase my knowledge and my confidence, and the confidence of my staff, feeling it was an area we could be lacking in. I printed out the initial audit on staff confidence that was emailed over. I printed off a copy for each of my 3 permanent members of staff so that we could have a discussion at the end of the workday. It was a bit more informal than a staff meeting. I felt this helped the staff have a bit more confidence in opening up to me about any areas they were unsure of, so that they didn't feel like they were being unprofessional in saying, I'm not confident in this area. And then we filled in the form together to create a final audit. I was a bit surprised by the results of the initial audit in the confidence of some of my staff members. I think I had just assumed that because they were used to speaking to parents on a daily basis that this was not an issue. I did find by having these chats that they found it a bit more difficult to speak to them about additional needs with their children or any issues that had been raised during the day. After having the discussions with my staff, I think we realised that as a group we perhaps needed some more sensory resources buy-in. So I had a chat with my operations manager who allowed me to buy some more things. We've got lots of natural resources, lots of different texture things, lots of focus points that the children can extend their communication and language skills. The initial audit also highlighted that staff were lacking in confidence when speaking to other professionals. I then noticed that after a chat with them about this and supporting them, that the next time we had our inclusion support officer in, the staff were being more proactive, asking for advice and seeking out help where they needed it. My staff team have also been engaging more with other professionals, seeking advice for them on such as speech and language on how to aid the children's learning and development in our setting. The key changes implemented as a result of the audit have been continuous across the year and are now embedded in our everyday practice. One of the main things we have seen a positive result from are the memory banks. This was done as part of the week of action, but we are now continuing this across our year when the children start our setting. We ask the parents to bring in photographs of the children with their favourite toy, their favourite book, and some photos of their families. This helps the children settle in, as we can have discussions around these photos, and also we're using them now as transitions onto other settings and schools. After we identified our areas for improvement, we carried out staff supervisions, some team meetings to build staff's confidence even more. This then led to the staff being more involved in the things like referrals for the children and speaking to other professionals on a regular basis. Staff are also now more confident in filling in the new education healthcare plans due to emails and social networking of the SEND project. Through the Send Champions project, we've received lots of resources. The main one we received was through the week of action. We received an email explaining and detailing what we could do on each day of the week. Through the post, we received some physical resources to help us do this. I shared all of this information and resources with my staff team. This aided them to proceed on some of the days where I was not in. This has helped raise their confidence. They have been supported by me at staff meetings previous to the week of action, explaining everything we would be doing. I have managed to see a big increase in confidence in my staff through my daily observations. I have noticed them speaking more confidently to parents, feeding back on children with additional needs, their improvements and any of their learning and development through the day. Our planning is individual and this has helped the staff to speak to these parents. I've also managed to provide some training through the local authority for another member of staff who was lacking confidence before becoming a key worker of a child one-to-one. We managed to secure some SEN behaviour awareness training. We have had some lovely positive parental feedback following our week of action. One of our children with SEND was unwilling to carry out some self-care activities. Following this week and the little bag of goodies that we sent home to the parents, we had feedback saying that the child was now engaging a lot more frequently and positively. This in turn has had a positive impact on that child's general well-being. During a recent Ofsted inspection, I felt more confident in answering the questions around supporting families with children having SEND. This was due to my partaking in the SEN Champions project. I have been working with the key worker of a child who needs one-to-one care. We had meetings with the families and I've been able to speak more confidently to those families around the support that we can offer through the Champions project. I was able to show the Ofsted inspector the good progress that this child in particular has made through my tracking systems. I feel that this good progress has been made through the communication between myself, the key worker, and the family, all aiding in their support. Another positive impact that I have seen from being part of the SEN Champions project is increased communication with parents of children with SEND. One of the tools that has aided this is creating our SEN Champions board. This has information that parents can access independently and then follow up with questions to myself or my team. We have information from the local council on their local offer, information on what the champions are all about, and then some websites and phone numbers for them to access. The increase in staff confidence has led to an increase in communication with parents. This in turn has led to us gaining more information from parents on the individual needs of their children. This means that we can then adapt our sessions on a daily basis to help with the learning and development of these children. One of the surprises from being part of the project has been some of the resources that we've put in place to aid the children with SEND. These resources have also aided other children in the setting, such as children with English as an additional language. We have found that it has helped them communicate with ourselves and with their peers. I have found a great positive impact from joining the SEN Champions project. There is so much support available through the webinars, from the Facebook page, lots of social media. There are plenty of emails to come. I've been able to share this with all of the nurseries in our group and all of my staff team. This has increased our confidence, our awareness. New legislation that's come in has been passed on. It has been absolutely fabulous.